Okay, so are you ready for this? We're about to dive into some seriously heavy stuff, really thought-provoking stuff today. We're looking at excerpts from Dr. Khaled Walid's work.
Right?
And, well, let me tell you, this guy, he's not afraid to, shake things up a bit.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to early Islamic history.
Yeah, I mean, what's remarkable is Dr. Walid, he isn't just, questioning minor details here.
Right.
He's really challenging this established understanding of where and when some of the most significant events in early Islam actually took place. He's reinterpreting the traditional accounts, but he's using, sources like ancient coins, maps, and even the Quran itself.
And it's not every day that you find a scholar who titles their work Immortal Thought and Newborn Pen.
Yeah, right.
Talk about, you get the sense that he is absolutely convinced.
Oh, yeah.
That he is on to something massive here, something that could rewrite history as we know it.
Yeah, that conviction definitely comes through in his writing.
Right.
One of his boldest claims, is that Mecca, the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad,
right,
the holiest city in Islam,
right,
was actually in Petra.
Okay.
In present-day Jordan.
Wow.
And he suggests that Medina, the city where Muhammad established the first Muslim community, was actually Jerusalem.
Whoa. Okay, so we're not just talking about, a minor geographical shift here.
This
is huge.
Huge.
This is like saying everything you thought you knew about the very origins of Islam might need a rethink.
Yeah.
And to make it even more tangible for us, he actually paints this really vivid picture of the Prophet Muhammad delivering sermons from the Cave of the Blessed Rock.
Right.
Which he identifies as the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem.
Right.
You can almost picture it, right?
Yeah, you can really see it. And this relocation, it's not just significant religiously, but it also has immense historical and political implications.
Right.
Especially considering the ongoing conflicts surrounding Jerusalem. Makes you wonder about the forces that might have shaped the traditional narrative over the centuries.
It's like we're uncovering this hidden layer of history, something that's been obscured for centuries.
Right.
And the plot thickens because Dr. Walid doesn't just stop there, he digs even deeper. He uses the Quran itself to back up his claims.
Right. So one really compelling example is his analysis of Surah Al-Fath, which is a chapter in the Quran that's traditionally interpreted as describing a treaty.
Okay.
Dr. Walid, though, points to specific verses within this chapter to support his idea that Mecca was actually located in a valley.
Okay.
Just like Petra. He highlights the phrase, mother of their destroyed villages, as a reference to Petra, which, as you know, is famous for its surrounding ruins.
Wait, so he's connecting a verse about a treaty to the actual physical geography of Petra?
Yeah.
That's some next-level detective work.
It really is. And he doesn't stop there. He even analyzes the numerical order of verses in the Quran.
What?
Suggesting they might hold hidden clues about the chronology of events.
Okay, now that's fascinating. I've heard of people finding hidden codes in ancient texts.
Yeah.
But using the actual verse numbers?
Right.
That's a whole other level.
Yeah, it's a method known as numerology. And while it's a bit, controversial in academic circles, it speaks to Dr. Walid's determination to really explore every avenue in search of evidence for these theories.
It's like he's piecing this puzzle together.
Yeah.
Using, ancient texts,
right,
geographical clues,
right,
and even mathematical patterns.
Yep.
But we gotta ask, right?
Yeah.
Is numerology a reliable way to actually interpret historical events?
Right.
It seems a little out there.
Yeah, you're right to be cautious.
Okay.
Numerology is definitely a debated method among scholars.
Okay.
Some might even call it, a bit of a fringe theory.
Right.
But whether or not you actually buy into that numerology aspect, it's fascinating to see how he uses it to support this overall argument about the timeline of early Islam.
So he's not just reinterpreting where things happened.
Right.
But when they happened too.
Exactly.
Okay.
He believes that key events like, for example, the Battle of Badr, which is a decisive, military victory for the early Muslims.
Right.
That's traditionally believed to have happened, near Mecca.
Right.
Actually took place later than commonly thought.
Okay.
And in a different location.
Hold on. The Battle of Badr, that's a pretty significant event
Oh, yeah.
in Islamic history, right?
It is.
Okay.
It's considered a turning point
Okay.
in the early days of Islam.
Right.
I mean, a moment when this, small and seemingly outmatched Muslim force overcame a much, much larger army. It's a story of resilience,
Right.
faith,
Right.
and strategic brilliance.
So to shift the date and location of an event like that,
Right.
that would definitely ruffle some feathers, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It would challenge the narrative that's been around for centuries.
No doubt. But Dr. Walid, I mean, he doesn't shy away from that, established narratives. He points to inconsistencies in traditional accounts.
Right.
And presents his own interpretation of events, based on his research.
Okay.
For example, he believes that the Battle of Badr actually occurred closer to the Dead Sea, citing the Quran's description of the location as al-lisan,
Okay.
meaning the tongue, which he connects to a geographical feature west of the Dead Sea.
So it's like he's holding up this mirror to history
Yeah.
and kind of showing us that there might be another side to the story.
Yeah.
Another way of understanding the past.
Precisely.
Right.
And that's why his work is so compelling. Even if it is, controversial. He's encouraging us to question our assumptions
Okay.
and engage with history on this deeper level.
Right.
He even challenges the traditional interpretation of the word Mecca itself.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's questioning the meaning of the word Mecca.
Yeah.
Okay, what does he think it means then?
Well, he suggests that the word Mecca, as used in the Quran, might not actually refer to a specific geographical location at all, but rather a more general term for a sacred space, a place of gathering for rituals and worship.
Right.
This interpretation, he argues, aligns with his claim that Petra,
Right.
with its, historical and religious significance, was the actual site of these early Islamic rituals.
Okay, now my mind is officially blown.
Yeah.
He's making us rethink everything.
It's a lot.
It makes you wonder, if even a fraction of what he's proposing is true,
Right.
how does that change our understanding of Islam's beginnings?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
And to be fair, it's important to acknowledge
Okay.
that not everyone agrees with Dr. Walid's interpretations.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
He's definitely, shaking things up with this.
Yeah.
But even if he's not 100% right, it seems like he's, raising some really important questions.
Yeah.
How do we know what we know about history?
Right.
And who gets to decide which narratives are considered, quote-unquote, true?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's crucial to remember that history isn't, just this collection of facts etched in stone. It's a tapestry.
Right.
It's woven from interpretations,
Right.
perspectives,
Okay.
and of course evidence.
Right.
And sometimes new evidence emerges.
Right.
That challenges the way we've always understood the past.
And in a way, that's exciting, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It means that history is alive.
Yeah.
It's this conversation that's still unfolding.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do we as, readers and listeners, navigate this?
Yeah.
How do we separate, fact from fiction?
Right.
Evidence from interpretation?
That's where critical thinking comes in, right?
Yeah.
It's about examining the evidence presented.
Right.
Considering the different perspectives.
Right.
And ultimately drawing your own conclusions.
Right.
And sometimes those conclusions might challenge long-held beliefs.
It's like that saying, sometimes you have to unlearn everything you thought you knew to truly learn.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about being open to new possibilities.
Yes.
Even if they make us a little uncomfortable. And that's what Dr. Wald's work is doing.
Yeah.
Making us uncomfortable.
Right.
But it's making us think.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to wrap our heads around. Yeah.
On the one hand, we've got centuries of established scholarship about early Islamic history.
Right.
And on the other hand, we've got Dr. Walid
Right.
presenting these alternative interpretations that he's backing up with his research into ancient texts, geography, and even coins.
And those coins are fascinating, by the way. Dr. Walid points to coins minted during the early Islamic period as physical evidence.
Okay.
That supports his claims. He argues that the imagery and inscriptions on these coins align more closely with his proposed timeline and locations than with, the traditional narrative.
So it's not just about reinterpreting texts.
Right.
It's also about actually looking at the tangible artifacts from that time period. Exactly. He's trying to build this multifaceted argument, drawing on, different types of evidence to support his claims. He even argues that some of the coins that are traditionally attributed to Islamic rulers might actually predate Islam.
Okay.
Which suggests this more complex historical picture.
Wow. Okay, so we're talking about potentially upending not just like religious understanding, but historical understanding as well.
Absolutely.
It's like archaeology meets ancient texts.
Right.
Meets, well, a really good like detective story,
It is quite a detective story. And speaking of stories, one of the things that really struck me about Dr. Waleed's work is the passion that comes through.
Yeah.
It's clear that this isn't just some, like academic exercise for him. This is something he deeply believes in.
Right. I remember that quote that you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Where he talks about rewriting history anew, reproducing the forgotten truth.
Powerful.
You really feel the conviction in those words.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what was it about this research in particular that like ignited such a fire in him?
Yeah, it's a great question. And it reminds us that, behind every historical inquiry, every attempt to kind of uncover the past, there's a human story there.
Yeah.
There are motivations, there are passions, and perhaps even, biases that shape the way we approach history.
That's true for us too, right?
Oh, exactly.
Like we come to this exploration with our own perspectives and our own ways of seeing the world.
Right.
And that inevitably kind of like colors or shapes how we then interpret the information that we find.
Absolutely. It's impossible to be completely objective when it comes to history.
Right.
We all, we view the past through the lens of our own experiences and beliefs. But that doesn't invalidate the pursuit of knowledge.
Right.
It just means we need to be aware of our own biases.
Okay.
And open to, challenging our assumptions.
So where does this leave us?
Yeah.
Where does this leave our listeners? What can they take away from this like whirlwind exploration of Dr. Waleed's work?
I think the most important takeaway here is the importance of curiosity.
Okay.
Of never taking anything for granted.
Right.
Especially when it comes to history. Dr. Waleed's research, whether or not you agree with all of his conclusions, serves as this powerful reminder.
Right.
That history is not, set in stone. It's an ongoing conversation.
Right.
It's a puzzle that we're still piecing together.
And sometimes those puzzle pieces don't fit neatly.
That's right.
Into the picture that we thought we knew.
Right.
Sometimes they challenge us to re-examine our assumptions and to consider those alternative perspectives.
Exactly. And that's what makes, the study of history so rewarding.
Right.
It's not just about memorizing, dates and names. It's about grappling with the complexities of the past.
Right.
And trying to understand how they've shaped, the world we live in today.
So if you're feeling a little intellectually fired up after this deep dive, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
It means you're asking questions.
Yes.
You're engaging with the material.
Right.
And you're forming your own conclusions.
Exactly.
And that's what we hope for with every single episode.
Absolutely.
Of the deep dive.
Well said. And who knows, maybe this will spark your own, journey of discovery.
Right.
Maybe you'll, pick up a copy of the Quran, examine some ancient coins.
Right.
Or delve into the history of Petra. The possibilities are endless.
That's the beauty of it, isn't it?
It is.
Every deep dive is really just the beginning
of
a much, much larger exploration.
That's true.
So keep questioning.
Yes.
Keep exploring.
Absolutely.
And we will see you on the next dive.